Battle of the beaten teams. Unfortunately, that's the leading story of this week. Let's get into it. So hey, if you don't know me, my name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback Series, and today we're gonna start with the two beaten teams: Russell Wilson's Broncos and Justin Fields Bears. So we're gonna get their numbers out the way so we can get into it. Russ was 21 for 28 for 3 touchdowns. Justin Fields was 28 for 35, 4 touchdowns and an interception. So let's get into it. So the Bears got off to a hot start. They had 21 points in the second quarter, and it was pretty mildly contested in the first quarter, but you saw all of Justin Fields the first half. All of Justin Fields. 21 points in the second quarter. Dude was just electric. You saw him roll out. You saw him make good decisions. You saw him check the ball down when he needed to be checked down. But what they did in the first half is not necessarily what they did in the second half. In the second half, it's like they completely forgot how to play football. I'm not sure what they did different. I guess they thought the game was over or something. But that second half, they completely fell apart. But that's not the reason they lost. The reason they ended up losing is their last 3 drives, and Shannon alluded to this on First Take today. I'm recording this Monday. He alluded to this on First Take. You got to kick the field goal. Justin Fields can't make that mistake to give up a scoop and score. And the pass on the final drive has to be a better pass than the pass that he made. If I can find all of those videos, I'll definitely put them in here right here. You can't make those critical errors. Those were major critical errors that ultimately lost the game. So, also, when your defense gives up 17 points in the fourth quarter, that's also recipe to get absolutely destroyed. Both of these defenses were terrible. It looked like a Big 12 game out there. Just no defense was being played at all. No, none at all. It just no defense. It was rough to watch. Stephen A. made a thing to say. He said today he didn't even get a chance to watch this game. I'm not mad. If I didn't have to cover this game and I didn't like Justin Fields or Russ, I wouldn't have watched it either. It was exactly what you thought it was. Nobody was going to play defense. Somebody had to lose it. So you're looking at Russ as we move on to Russ. Excuse me. As you look at Russ, you're thinking, okay. You look at his numbers, he was okay. I don't have his passing yards. I have neither one of their passing yards up here, but I'm sure it's been on the screen for a while. They both played well, but Russ needed a game like this just to get his confidence as anything else. He's playing well this year. Sean Payton is coaching him well, which I have my own thing about Sean Payton. Luckily, they won this week, so I don't have to rant about Sean Payton. But Russ is playing better. He's definitely not the problem. In this game, Russ was not the problem. When you score, I think they scored 31 points. When you score 31 points, 17 points in the fourth quarter, you're definitely not the problem in this game. He's been the problem most of the time. But in this game, he was not the problem. Denver played well enough to win, kinda. It was more or less the Bears lost it, not Denver winning it, if that makes any sense. And so let's get to Lamar, since nobody's going to talk about Lamar's excellent game that he had. If I told you that Lamar had 213 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns, would you ask me, did he pass the ball or how much did he run for? What would you ask me? Would you ask that? Because most people be like, okay, he had a good game. He did what he was supposed to. So he was 15 for 19. 186 of that was through the air. 27 of that was on the ground, nine carries. Now, people are going to be like, oh, this is the same offense and this and the third. You kind of got to run this offense now, considering that you're down to like your 4th running back. Lamar's the best running back on the field now. They wasn't running him like this before all the injuries. But Lamar's backpacking. They're leading their division right now. They're definitely leading their division. They might mess around and run away with it now because Deshaun didn't play. We'll get to Deshaun in a minute. Deshaun did not play. The Ravens did what they had to do, and they won the game. Lamar played like Lamar. You won't hear about Lamar on mainstream until he loses, but I don't even want to get into all of that. I'm going to say it again. Lamar played well. He's been playing well all season. You can't take that away from him. They got like 75 injuries throughout the whole roster. And you're doing what he can to win. When you make the type of money Lamar makes, this is what you're supposed to do. So let's get to Deshaun. Deshaun played well last week. I don't know when he suffered the shoulder injury. Maybe somebody can leave it in the comment section and let me know. But I have no idea when he sustained his shoulder injury. I'm guessing he sustained it in practice or maybe last week when they beat Pittsburgh. But I don't know when he sustained it, but it was talks that he was not going to play. He was having shoulder soreness. But he ended up not playing. I think if he plays, that makes a major difference because they're rookie. They played a rookie who played really well in the preseason, but he wasn't ready for the big moment. I mean, you're playing Baltimore's defense and a divisional matchup. These teams do not like each other. So that's a lot to ask from a young guy. Mark Andrews, as we go back to Baltimore, I should have said this at the beginning. Mark Andrews finally showed up this season. He was 5 receptions, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Love to see it. And just a pinpoint pass by Lamar. I'm gonna show you right now. I should be showing it right now. I might have showed it in the opening. He was him. Lamar's that guy, and keep chugging it along. I think Cleveland will be fine. But they got to get healthy. They have some major injuries right now. If there's more updates on Deshaun before I release this video, I'll definitely let you guys know. What is going on, guys? Real quick, because I forgot to put them in there. So the Dallas game, not much to take from it. Dallas played Dallas football, and they was able to utterly blow out the Patriots. I think it's the end of the Mac Jones era. I think they'll be in the market for a quarterback. And kicking Tom Brady out the back door really seems like a terrible idea now. It was the good idea at the time, but now it looks like a terrible idea. Brady goes on to win a Super Bowl. They haven't made the playoffs since. You kick Cam out, who had y'all in strike to make the playoffs. Y'all don't make the playoffs. It looks like a bad decision now. And Geno Smith, since I'm here, that play on Monday night when you wrapped him up, that was actually a really dirty play. And Geno had a right to be upset about it. They ended up getting a win, and the Giants made a $160 million mistake. Not paying Saquon, but paying an average to below average quarterback that we know is below average or average. Getting started fumbling again. Now, I will give Danny Dimes some slack. When you give up 11 interceptions or when you give up 11 sacks and you can't even drop back and pass the ball, that's a major problem. So all of it wasn't his fault, but the fact he couldn't at least evade some of it, and there was no chance that the Giants was going to win, is also a major problem. And everybody said at the time that giving James Jones his money was not worth it. So yeah, those are the two games that I didn't get to cover when I was sitting down, and those are my reviews for those games. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. And so we're gonna talk about the rookies, and then we're gonna get to Jalen Hurts and his special set of receivers he got. So we're gonna start with Indy first. Richardson was 11 for 25, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 carries, 56 yards, a touchdown. So the Colts were getting absolutely destroyed. It was 20-0 with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Just like Kansas City yesterday, they should have none of the starters should have been playing in the fourth quarter. But it ended up going into overtime. And from what I watched, it seemed as if the Rams thought it was over. Like, all right, we up 20-0. They probably going to stop playing. We going to stop playing. And that's what it looks like. But they was this close to winning. I think if they get a drive in overtime, I think Richardson wins this game. Richardson woke up. The head coach was dialing it up. It looks like Richardson got healthier as the game went on. And he's to me, he's the new Cam Newton Jr. Josh Allen is going to be who Josh Allen is, but I really see a lot of Cam and Richardson. So he played well. He looks so much better than he did at Florida. This is what good coaching will do as we move on to Houston. Good coaching will have you playing much better than you ever thought you was playing. Just like C.J. Stroud, who's 16 for 30, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins is that guy for them right now. He was 7 receptions, 160. I can't read my own writing. 167 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. The line play was decent, and they absolutely blitzed Pittsburgh, who has some questions right now. Pittsburgh has some major questions. That defense looked really, really good. Kenny Pickett has been looking okay. Kenny Pickett is not the type of guy that can sustain an injury and be okay. I would say they need to bottom out and try to draft one of these top guys coming out of college, but that's not the Pittsburgh way. They did it one time and it got them big men. Pittsburgh is not going to bottom out. As long as they got Mike Tomlin, they're going to be good. They're going to be good. That's just the way Pittsburgh runs their business. So I don't think they'll ever be bad enough to get a top 10 pick, but I guess we'll see. Shout out to Mike Tomlin and shout out to D'Amico Ryan. I've been pounding the desk about it all year. Houston is gonna make the playoffs. Now I might look crazy in a couple weeks if they like 2-8 or something like that. They are going to make the playoffs. I'm gonna keep sticking with that until they mathematically eliminate it. Because I knew D'Amico was gonna have them boys playing. Shout out to Houston. The 180 they have done has been absolutely beautiful to see, and you love to see a young black coach get his flowers. If he don't win Coach of the Year, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna call racism. And so our last game of the day, Jalen Hurts, 27 for 37, 319 yards, 2 touchdowns. AJ, 9 receptions, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. I got in my notes, Hurts was blessed to have all this top tier talent. He looks like he's at Alabama again. He's just, all right, just go get it. Here, throw across. Here. They're so talented that I think sometimes they take how talented they are for granted. You know, if you're super talented, you don't put in the represent effort. There's no reason you should be in a dogfight with Washington, with the Commanders. But I will say, EB's offense is making it very, very difficult. Sam Howell's playing well this season. I'm going to put Sam Howell's numbers up here as well. EB got this offense looking really, really good. Now, Hurts and them won in overtime, but EB is making a strong case that he was a lot of that driving force in Kansas City. As we just saw yesterday or Sunday, Kansas City's offense does not look as well without EB. Now, is that them not playing really good teams, or is that EB's influence? Guess we'll see going forward. Let me know what you guys think. If you didn't get my review on Kansas City, I'm going to leave it up here. If you didn't get my review on Monday Night Football, if there's a review, if the game is good, you'll get it right here. I'll talk to you guys Thursday for my picks going into week 5. We're a month in already. Talk to you guys later. Peace.